Karabakh is an amazing place, but you probably never heard of it. It's in the Caucasus Mountains just north of Iran, west of Azerbaijan, and east of Armenia. As soon as we arrived, even though we were total strangers, the locals welcomed us in. They invited us for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and they even gave me all these cucumbers. Look at me, I look crazy. Even so, everyone invited us in to become part of their family. The first day we were in Karabakh, we stayed with Maruch. He's such a great guy. He was our guide, and he told us about the country's very tragic history. In the 1990s, when the Soviet Union collapsed, 15 new countries came about, or at least that's what you're told. In reality, it was much more. A lot of small countries came out of that. The reason is because when countries like Azerbaijan broke away, they owned territory, such as Karabakh, that were really just very culturally different. So because of this, the people of Karabakh had a referendum to separate from Azerbaijan. While that passed, the Azerbaijanis didn't recognize it, and soon a long and violent civil war started. That civil war destroyed every single city. If you are ever in Karabakh, and you truly want to know about the devastation the war has caused, then you really need to check out the War Museum in Stepanakert. It's really an amazing place, and the woman who takes care of that place is the mother of a soldier who never returned home. He, like so very many other people, are missing and will likely never return. But their sacrifice was not in vain. Karabakh survived, and today it's its own country. The cities have been mostly rebuilt, and outside of the capital of Stepanakert sit the stone heads of grandfather and grandmother, overlooking their children, always wary, always ready, always happy for the world they have created. From Stepanakert, we headed to Sushi, a city bombed almost out of existence during the war. Several parts of the battered city still stood, and the locals invited us into their home. Our host that night told us about the Jaramu Trail, a trail that left Sushi, ran between the cliffs, and went for almost 2 weeks, visiting a different village each day until somewhere in the north it reached the famous monastery called Ganzasar. We decided to take the trail, or at least the first leg of it. At first the path was easy, just tall grass and sharp plants, but as we took our host's advice and aimed for a shortcut, something else happened. The shortcut was 40 steps down the cliff and should have saved us several hours of work. The thing is, we took the shortcut, or what we thought was the shortcut, and we ended up spending a lot more time trying to make our way down this sheer cliff. We climbed down segment by segment. Honestly, it was hell. It was a really, really bad idea. We spent hours in the hot sun exploring and slowly making our way down the cliffside. By noon, we were halfway down and half heat stroked. Luckily, we found a deep, dark cave where we rested, drank water from the stalactites, and prepared for the rest of our descent. Sometime around midday, and somehow still alive, we made our way down and finally started on the trail. While the shortcut took us the long way around, we did end up seeing a lot of interesting things. The trail went past an abandoned village and went for miles and miles over harsh terrain and rapid rivers. Hungry, tired, and questioning if we should go on, a miracle happened. In the village, a family took us in and invited us to eat with them, to learn their culture, and to stay with them for the night.
Now we are in the village, and this guy's so lazy.
I'm lazy.
He's lazy. He's only reading his book.
And she's doing absolutely nothing.
I tried to repair my shoes.
No, you're not. Look, she's repairing the shoe.
Oh. But my lovely sister, she helped me to repair my shoes.
Indeed. Okay. All right, what's our plan for today?
Do we have a plan?
No, we don't.
Maybe
We're
we
not very
can
good at
go
this.
to visit her school with her.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, but that's only like a few meters away, so it's not much of a plan. Aside from that, go look around the forest. I mean, we're in a very beautiful place. Really, really beautiful place. I think all of Karabakh is very beautiful. This is Karabakh. And this is the house we're staying in. Fantastic family. Whee, and the ground is very rocky. Alright, anything you want to say?
No, I'm feeling so happy. So happy. It has been more than 20 years. Not 20. 15 years. I haven't breathed. It's my hair. When is the last time you comb your hair?
I don't comb my hair.
Is my hair beautiful now?
2 days later, and fully refreshed, we left and headed north. We passed an old armored vehicle carrier. The story goes that during the war, it attacked the village, but the women, armed only with one gun, took the tank down. From the tiny village, we hitchhiked north, at first on a watermelon truck, and then on several cars.
Okay, we're on the road to Gonzalez. We're walking because there's not really that many cars. Oh, car. Let's see what happens. It's stopping.
Now, in 1 minute, we took a ride and eventually go to Gonzalez. So, gentlemen.
Gonzalez is an ancient monastery, which also took a beating during the war. It overlooks a tiny valley of small homes and smiling people. In Gonzalez, we met an angel. Okay, she's not an angel, but her name is Angelica, and I think that's close enough. We had met Angelica a few weeks before in Armenia. It was her first day in her first monastery. She took us in just outside of Yerevan. There she invited us to her table and introduced us to Armenian food. As night fell, Angela spoke with the priest. The monastery usually has rooms open for travelers, but tonight there were none. And unfortunately, the priest would not let us camp in the yard. Unable to help us with housing, she helped us in another way. She loaded our backpacks full of fresh food. At 9 p.m., the heavy wooden gates closed behind us. We were outside, alone, in a foreign wilderness. Nearby, light still shone from a small summer camp. We visited, and soon we were swarmed with students who asked us about our adventures and for our autographs. Unfortunately, there was no place for us to stay that night, at least not up on top of the mountain. We only had one choice left. We asked a hotel employee if he knew where we could stay for free. He invited us home. In the morning, he invited us for breakfast, showed us around his house, and let us shower in a stream outside of his home. When we were finally ready, we hitchhiked back up to the mountain to visit Gonzalez again and see what it was like during the day. We hitchhiked out of Gonzalez on another watermelon truck and ended up back in Sushi. We spent the night here with another amazing family, and in the morning, we headed out of Karabakh.
So we failed to make it to Goris.
Now we're in Sushi.
Well, it's not my. It's not our. Okay, I think it's her fault, but it's her fault. So her computer says it's like 7 o'clock, and I thought it was 7 o'clock. Turns out her computer was wrong. I didn't know that. So we left. It was
Incorrect.
Yeah, but I didn't know that.
1 hour earlier.
So anyway, it was really late, and we left, and it was really hard to get a ride. But then we finally got a ride to Sushi. We weren't really trying to get a Sushi, but from there we decided to find a place to stay. Now we're with a family. Look at the family. Hello.
Hello.
So now we're with this family. I've pretended not to be able to speak the language I've been speaking the last few days. It's been very entertaining. And what's the plan now?
There's a plan.
Nothing today. Yeah.
the tea.
Now we're enjoying the food, enjoying the company, and then tomorrow we'll try to make it to Goris and then probably Yerevan. I don't know. Okay. See you later.
Do you like my story about Karabakh? If so, then please visit Karabakh, learn about it, and care about it as much as I do. If you would like to learn more about my story, 3 chapters of my book, Where the Wind Blows, happens in Karabakh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you. I'd be thrilled if you would share it with your friends. And of course, you can always subscribe and travel around the world with me.